our entire community will never quite be the same. Our sense of normalcy and security has been fractured.
The mayor of Davis sharing his thoughts there. And this morning, residents on edge as police have only given a vague description of the attacker and cannot tie all of these stabbings together. Some businesses even keeping their doors locked or closing early.
I want to show you a map here. Monday's stabbing happened at 2nd and L Streets. We brought this to you as breaking news just 24 hours ago. All three stabbings happening no more than 2 miles apart. The first last Thursday at Central Park, and then the second Saturday at Sycamore Park.
Community members remembering the victims this morning. To the right, you see David Bro, also known as the compassion guy in the area. Residents just held a vigil for him over the weekend. Also, friends and family of UC Davis student Kareem Abunajin also remembering him as a loving, fun, and compassionate person. Meanwhile, the third victim fighting for her life this morning in the hospital, her identity not public at this time. But we are continuing to monitor her condition while the community is wondering how authorities will keep Davis residents safe.
All right, all these concerns brought towards the city council in a meeting yesterday. ABC 10's Monica Coleman is live in Davis. So, Monica, how are all the agencies in Davis all coming together to try to give some folks some answers?
Walt, all hands on deck. That is the message from the Davis police chief. He says that his team will be working around the clock, 12-hour shifts to keep the community safe, but also continue this manhunt for the person who has stabbed 3 people in Davis, 2 of them which he has killed. That investigation is still ongoing, and the city council dedicating their Tuesday night meeting to the deadly stabbing spree. Police Chief Darren Pytel gave an update on the investigation. The chief saying it's more probable than not that the same suspect carried out all 3 stabbings, but police are not ruling out multiple suspects. 2 of the 3 victims were homeless. 1 was a UC Davis student. There was an interesting part of the meeting last night when the chief addressed the number of tips coming in. The chief saying it's been a challenge to keep up with tips and investigate them in a timely manner.
About 2 hours prior to the stabbing at 2nd and L Street, we did receive a call from people in that area reporting that they thought that they saw somebody who matched the description of the suspect in the second homicide. The description that was provided was rather vague, and the information was rather vague, other than the person was near their camps and appeared to be hiding behind trees at times. Based on the information provided being less so than information provided in other calls, and the number of tips that were coming in, it wasn't prioritized at the highest level. And as it turns out, it's likely that the information was accurate, and that probably was the suspect.
Chief Pytel went on to say that police have been working with other agencies, including on the state and federal levels, to get more aid for the case, including homicide teams from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office, Sacramento Police Department, and some personnel from the FBI. The added resources have helped police boost their presence and patrol here in Davis. And just this morning, we have seen multiple agencies driving up and down the streets here in Davis, keeping people safe, but also keeping an eye out for that alleged attacker. Back to you.
Yeah, Monica, interesting how transparent Chief Pytel is being. I mean, a lot of tips coming in, and he chose to say, hey, this was one maybe we could have jumped on a little bit quicker. So they're still not calling this a serial killing spree. So how is it at all, are these crimes connected?
Well, the chief tells us that they are connected in some ways, but then very different in many ways as well. So first, the first 2 homicides, the victims were both males. But then with this third stabbing that we saw yesterday, it was a woman. But she will play a vital piece in solving this case because she did survive that stabbing, and they were able to interview her yesterday after her surgery, and she is in the hospital recovering from her wounds. And they say that that interview will help greatly with solving this crime and hopefully getting somebody behind bars.
Yeah, okay, Monica Coleman, thank you. We're going to share the description of what the person the police are looking for right now. He's a man about 5'6", 5'9", thin build, curly hair, dark clothes, black Adidas pants. That may be the most outstanding identifier of this entire description here. Also with a brown backpack. If you have any information or you may think you know who this person might be, please call Davis Police. And remember, you can get breaking news stories and alerts sent straight to your phone as soon as they happen, so you and your family can stay safe and in the know. Download our free ABC 10 app and turn notifications on.